Today I'm going to tell you the story of how I spent 30 days making my bed and seeing if it had a better output on my life. Now, why did I do this? Well, simply put, I love studying successful people, and a couple successful people said that one key thing that you should do every morning to kind of set the day right is to make your bed. So I did this, and I did this experiment. I never really enjoyed making my bed, and I did it. And here's why I've come to the conclusion that making your bed is not so much the amazing thing that is purported. So let's break down the story. So I think the very first prominent person that I heard say it was um, Dorian of Ashley Weston Inc. If you don't know who Ashley Weston or Ashley Weston Inc. is, they're a very famous men's fashion YouTube channel. In fact, they're one of my favorites. I followed them almost since they started, and it's two people. Ashley Weston is the female celebrity menswear stylist who runs the channel, or like is the face of it. And then Dorian is her husband, who is also her business partner and has a long string of successful entrepreneurial activities. So I really love their fashion advice, and it just clicks for me. And of course, them being fairly successful, having styled a lot of A-list celebrities over the years, I really kind of thought, they have some credibility here. And, already going into it, when I first heard him say it, there was some skepticism. But, that's part of the game. So basically, in one of his videos, he gave some tips on how to really start building habits and do productive things and build momentum and set the day right. They're starting to branch out into not just fashion, but kind of just general men's life success type of videos. Everything from relationships to business to habits. And so they gave some like tips, journal in this every day, read this book. And some of his tips were refreshing. I think he recommended a book by Lao Tzu, which was just very, I liked that. I appreciated his respect for the Eastern culture. Anyhow, he threw in make your bed. And I'm going to show you my bed, which is not made today. And that's right, I've been making my bed for a while. Why did I stop doing it today? Let me explain. So, I heard that, and then I was like, maybe I should try it out. I really don't think it'll help much. I think it's a hassle, but you never know with these successful tips. And to give you some context about me, this personal development brand, my YouTube channel, my blog, everything, I've been a big fan of personal development since like 2014. So that's 6-7 years. A very intense, hardcore following of a lot of advice from successful people. Unfortunately, there's so much advice, so much conflicting advice, and a lot of minor advice that these people kind of spew out of their mouth. If you were to do every single thing they recommended, it would be ridiculous. I mean, there's like 30, 40, 50 different things. I wrote a whole blog post about it a few years ago, just kind of complaining and kind of concluding my article by saying that most of these tips are just very low impact. I mean, think about it. There's meditation, there's flossing, there's cold showers, there's different green juices, there's all sorts of crap, yoga. You even have like entrepreneurs saying like yoga is the best thing. There's Jeff Walker, a big internet entrepreneur, and some of his like friends. They heard this one saying by a yoga teacher. Do yoga once a week, it'll change your body. Do yoga once a day, it'll change your life. And so they latched onto that, and then now they're telling everyone yoga is the key to success. I mean, come on, man. Is that really true, or is it just another marketing, phrasing that gets people hooked? And so basically, I was like, let's just experiment. This is going to be a hassle to do, but let's see what's going to happen here. And essentially, he explained that the reasoning behind it is that it builds momentum. Once you make your bed, you feel like you've already gone off to a good start. You've already accomplished something great, and you're off to the races. Now, unfortunately, just based on my personality, I never really liked things that just constantly reverted to the messy state. This includes laundry, dishes, all this stuff, steaming and ironing, all this stuff that you clean and then it gets dirty again on a recurring basis. It's almost like, the work I did gets reverted. So I never really liked that, but I was like, I'm going to try this out. And I would say for like the first couple of months, it was on and off. It's not easy to build a habit, and not every day I was able to do this. Now keep in mind, not all of us are like the extreme minimalist YouTubers like Matt D'Avella, who can go like 60 days without eating sugar, cold turkey with no training and prep and like a messy baseline before that. Not all of us can do that. So of course, us being normal people, we had those moments. So, there's some days I wouldn't do it, and then some days I did. And then there are days I did it, and then I was on this video call, and I was told, dude, make your bed. And I thought I had made my bed, and apparently to them it looked like I still hadn't. So that had me, work on it even more. It turns out, I had to Google and define what exactly does it entail to make a bed. Like how do you define making a bed? Make a bed? Like, what does that mean? The bed is already made, literally speaking. So ultimately, I came to the basic idea that a bed is made when, and I'll show you here. The bed is made when, and this is just my conclusion, you have the pillows on top. They're covered all the way with the pillow cover. They're stacked neatly. And then the sheets here, cover the entire bed, so they're not like leaving the bed exposed. The sheets cover the bed entirely like so. And then you kind of tuck the top here. And of course, there's obviously nuanced definitions of making your bed based off if you're working for a hotel company and they want it to be very fancy and you want to fold the top sheet but not the bottom. But for me, I felt like, as long as it kind of looked nice, and you pulled it out, it was making your bed. So I attempted to build this into a habit, and after a couple months I started to get into a good routine. Now you're probably wondering, like, why did these things change? Why did you come to a conclusion that making your bed isn't that great? Well, long story short, after doing this for a while, I was watching a video on Instagram TV by Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, this guy is also very wealthy, very famous, and very successful. He runs a lot of different agencies and companies. I think he runs a wine company and a bunch of like digital marketing agencies and companies, and he has a huge following, huge network of all these A-list, B-list celebrities and influencers. You've probably seen them. And he basically did this video of overrated and underrated, and one of the first things he said is making your bed, underrated. It just gets messy after you do it. It's a waste of time. And that was his take on it. And I was like, so here I am following yet another one of these success principles. And I don't want to pick on Dorian or Ashley Weston. I wanted this video to be a model of any other success principle, because there's a lot of tactics out there that don't work. And the focus is not on making your bed per se. There's all sorts of crap that people peddle. Cold showers, green smoothies. And to think, stuff like this is just going to turn you into a millionaire just because you're doing it every day. It doesn't work like that. And so, what did I gain from making my bed every day? Did I feel a little bit of accomplishment? Yeah, I did. I mean, the room seemed a little bit nicer. It didn't seem like a mess. When you would look back there at my bed and it was a mess, sometimes I just feel kind of a little bit bad. Like, man, I am a bit of a mess of a person. Man, I really don't have that clean, control of my place. But did it really matter? I mean, to an extent, I'm also someone who's about efficiency and results and, impact. How many people really see that bed? of course, when I'm on a video call, of course, I'll make my bed then, and the perception is good. So in terms of personality wise, I think one thing you have to look out for is, what is the promise here? What is someone promising? And in this case with making the bed, it was really my fault for kind of assuming, oh, he's also implying that if you make your bed, you get all these other success benefits. No, he was just saying that if you make your bed, you might build a little bit of momentum and start your day on the right side. And that's something that may be a bit subjective. Maybe to certain personalities that works. For others, it's still semi a hassle and semi something that does make you feel good. So when I saw that, and I saw, oh wow, conflicting advice. Gary is saying this is a waste of time, and it's you could be doing other stuff. And I really started to realize, like, why are you holding yourself to these standards of, like, every day you have to make your bed, and then every day you have to drink the green tea, and then do the muscle pliability training, and then get on to the do a bunch of hip thrusts because that's the most impactful lower leg activity that people overlook, and then go do a cold shower and then an ice bath and all this crap. I think, yeah, some of it does have its value. I think out of all those things, maybe meditation really has shown scientific effects to really improve your brain performance. But, there's no miracle cure here. Not all these gimmicks, they kind of feed off the kind of fad and quick fix and human nature trends that really sucker us all, especially in the diet industry. I mean, when intermittent fasting was a huge fad a couple years ago, I thought, okay, some people are going to be smart and realize this is not the next big thing, right? It's just another fad. Nope. A lot of my colleagues, a lot of smart people, all of a sudden they're following keto, they're following intermittent fasting, and they're thinking, they're just so obsessed with these things, and sometimes it's even hard to pull them out of it. You can straight up tell them to their face, like, these are all wastes of time. They're fads that are trying to get you to think that you can get something quick, whether that's lose weight or make a lot of money, and they're not as impactful as you think. So do you come away from this video never making your bed, never following any of those self-development fads? No, that's not my intention. My intention is just not to follow every single one, and really think thoughtfully about what are the benefits to them. It's also to encourage some experimentation. Some things may work for you, may not work for you for various reasons. Personality-wise, I don't know how much momentum making my bed really gives me. Some days it might. Obviously, when someone else sees my room, I think it's important. It puts on a different picture for them, and it does kind of make me feel a little better about my presentation. If it's just a mess behind me, not a good thing. So, with all that being said, there are a few things that are core, and there's other things that, I would suggest you kind of stay away from. I think the core things: exercise, good nutrition, good hydration, good sleep. Simple, basic, but optimal for not just your health and fitness, but also for your lifestyle, for your best performance. And then on top of that, start to really just look at what's going to impact you most. If you want to make $1 million, it's probably more effort and results from going into the impact to the business or profit generation than some more esoteric, non-related stuff. Now, yeah, sometimes there's some things that spiritually or indirectly translate, like exercise, meditation, but there's other things that you really gotta ask yourself, how much does it really help? Some people say no fap or masturbation is the key. Some people say it's cold showers. Others say, it's not eating any meat and just going vegan, no dairy either. Really, do you really think that is in some way gonna, like, make customers buy more for you, or get you that raise or promotion or job that's gonna make that money? Probably not. At least not directly enough to have a high impact. So that's just my 2 cents, and my results from making my bed every day. And I think you know, that's where I'll stand. I'll probably make my bed half the time, and that's the best of both worlds. Thanks for watching.